apologize for any background noise as far as whatever fight is going on outside or nearby. I'm just here to do a live, so it's none of my business. I live in an apartment complex, single lifestyle, and it's just me here. But sometimes things get picked up that are none of my business, and I really don't care. And it is what it is. Everybody's just living their life. So if the actual fight picks up or the argument picks up, I do apologize. I hope it doesn't. And let's get on with this because it's delicious. These shrimp tacos came out so good. Hello, I just want to say if there's any background noise as far as arguing or some type of fight going on, I live in a complex, an apartment complex, and I do have neighbors. I respect their privacy, and I don't even know if it's nearby neighbors or if it's actually outside, but there is a actual argument or fight going on nearby. Whether it's outside or nearby, I actually don't know because I just mind my business. I, go to work, come home, and I actually don't know a lot of people or anyone in my area because I am a respectful person. I just mind my business. But if any of it does pick up, I do apologize and I hope it doesn't. And I don't know where it's coming from, if it's outside or nearby or whatever. So it is what it is. We're all people and, life isn't perfect. we just do our best. And if a little argument pops off or a fight outside or whatever's going on in the neighborhood, it's none of my business. I'm just making some cooking videos. So I'm not no snitch and I don't care. But let's get this done. And yeah, so it's all good. People are people. And I'm just living the single life and I just respect my surroundings. But if it does pick up, I do apologize. And I'm hoping it doesn't. But I think it just ended because I don't hear anything anymore. And if you guys heard anything, I don't know where it's coming from. It's none of my business, but there was some type of fight right when I got on the live. And it sounds like it might be outside. Okay, so people are people. Things happen. Who cares? It's no big deal. And let's just make some shrimp tacos. So I thought I had more left, but I've been eating these like crazy. I've been using my low calorie corn tortillas, which are 25 calories each. And instead of salads, I've been having me some tacos. And it's just something I came up with randomly because I just added some things that I thought, hey, why not try this out? It came out so delicious last night for a late night dinner after work. I just want to share it because it is delicious. And I was like, it's so good, I'm going to have it today. But I actually thought I had more shrimp. I did thaw these out and rinse them really good. I just rinsed them in the bag and put some water in there and drained it out. And I thought I had more until I defrosted them and rinsed them. So I'm just working with what I have because I did want to share it because it came out so good. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe how good these are. Yeah, so this isn't traditional street tacos and it's not traditional Mexican food, I guess you could say, because instead of just using oil, I'm going to be using some butter and, I'm just making some good tacos. So let's do it. Tacos are tacos. Let's toss them together. So first I'm going to take these. These are so good for this. So good for this. I think what I do is add a certain little ingredient that doesn't overpower the shrimp taste. And I'll get to that. I don't know if it would work with any other shrimp because these wild ocean shrimp, these are Argentine red. They have a really good flavor. And I think that's why what I did worked well. I don't know if it would work good with any other type of shrimp because, different shrimp have more flavor and are more mild as far as the fishiness or shrimp taste, I guess you could say. But these ones have enough flavor to where what I do doesn't overpower it. And it just comes together so good. So stay tuned because this is going to be good. All right. If you taste it. So I did rinse these. I'm just going to take the shell off. And these are pre-cleaned. You just take the shell off. You could cook them shell on, shell off. But for these tacos, of course, I'm going to take the shell off. These are not cooked. Argentine red shrimp are red. So these are raw. Let's see here. I'm just going to take the shell off because they are fully defrosted. I always like to rinse my shrimp and clean them. Even if it says that they're deveined and cleaned, I like to give them a good rinse after I defrost them. I think I rinse everything actually. It just feels right. I guess you could say. Okay, so let me see here. Yeah, I thought I had more, but I've been eating the heck out of these shrimps. I used up all my 25 calorie, tortillas. I need to restock, but it's across town where I picked them up. So I did get some regular corn tortillas, which I don't mind. It's no big deal. So if you are tired of salads and summertime's coming and, you know, for any other reason why you would want to eat a bit more healthier, I do have a few of these left. These are the 25 calorie corn tortillas, and they're 25 calories each. So 4 tortillas is 100 calories. So 4 tacos, you know, whatever you add on it is going to add up to whatever. But I did pick these up because the nearest store that I have didn't have these ones, and I'm not going to go out of my way just to get them. But when I'm in the area to pick them up, I will. And yeah. So now that I have that done, I'm going to just clean this up a bit. Because I like to clean as I go. I'm one of those people. Because, you know, if you clean as you go when you're cooking, it's like less mess to clean up altogether, I guess you could say. What is in here? Huh. Okay. Washing my hands. Now I'm going to add my oil. I am going to use my avocado oil. I've been really loving this. I know I say that over and over again. Let's turn this on. Add some oil. Now what I do is add, and this is not going to change the shrimp flavor at all, and it is not going to make it taste like chicken. I am going to add the Knorr chicken bouillon flavoring. I'm not using the actual little squares. You know, you could get this in the squares as far as, you know, the solid form, or you could get the powder. So I would recommend just using the powder because this has a totally different flavor than the other one. And this is what I tried. And I thought, you know, why not? Not much, just a sprinkle. This actually brings out a lot of flavor in the shrimp. I was actually kind of amazed like how good this tasted last night. I was just trying out something new. Now this right here, I'm just adding some Great Value crushed red pepper. I like to make it spicy, so you could skip on this or do less. Some regular pepper. Now I'm going to add, let me see, what else did I do? I did do just a touch, not too much, because this right here is going to have a lot of sodium, so you don't want to overdo it on your salt. But I do add just a sprinkle, a pinch of sea salt. Be careful with that. Now, this is what I do that is non-traditional because I don't think any traditional tacos have butter in them. If I'm wrong, correct me. Smart balance, and this is actually really, really good. It doesn't take from the flavor, it actually adds. Oh, how is that? Ooh, that's kind of messy in there. All right, so I'm going to add just a bit of butter. I'm going to break it up a bit. Yes, I'm doing it with my hands. You don't have to. So I'm just going to add just a bit of butter because it does kind of do its thing and it makes it a bit more, I guess you could say creamy. Is creamy the right word? I don't know. So now I'm going to get my spatula. Kind of toss these. And just mix them in that oil and that butter. Now, while this is cooking, I want to make sure I have this nice and oiled. I'm going to add my tortillas. Oh, I do have enough. Okay. So I feel honestly these lower calorie tortillas, which are 25 calories each, they're a good option if you're just, you know, just trying to be a bit more healthier or watching what you're doing as far as health-wise. And if you're tired of salads and you want some tacos, this works really good for me. All right, so now I'm going to add my fresh garlic, if I could find where is my handy dandy garlic shredder? I might have to chop it. Let's see here. Okay, so where is my garlic press? Okay, right now I'm actually looking for my garlic press, or what I use to shred my garlic, and it's missing. Okay, so the garlic press is missing, and this is crazy, but I have another option. Oh, here it is. Oh, yes, found it. I haven't used my garlic press in so long. This is just my go-to. I actually got this at the dollar store, and it's good quality. So this is 1 clove of fresh garlic. Ooh, those pepper flakes are kind of really spicy as far as hitting the back of your throat, as far as, you know, when you're breathing it. All right, so I'm going to add just a bit of lemon. Let me make sure no seeds are in here. Just a bit of lemon, because I don't want to overpower it and make it too citrusy as far as the lemon. I just want a good flavor to just overall combined all together, I guess you could say. Now for this, I'm going to actually make these a little bit crunchy. Okay. Don't do this at home with your fingers if you don't have experience. Like, ooh. There we go. You know what? Hold on. Where is my spatula? Okay, so I'm going to take my spatula and do this, just to be more safe. You don't need no burnt up fingers when you're eating your tacos. You don't want to burn your fingers to the crisp just for a taco shell. Okay, so I want to make this up. All right, so I guess I don't need these, but I will save them for later. So right now I'm using the 25 calorie each tacos. And you can use whatever taco shells you like. Now for my taco shells, of course, I need a little bit of taste for my taco shell. So I'm just going to sprinkle just a bit of sea salt, not too much, on each side. If you've never had these type of taco shells, as far as the corn tortillas that are 25 calories each, when you crisp them up, they do have a tiny bit of a different texture, but they taste amazing. They're really, really good. They're not a different texture to where it's something you would notice, but the crunchiness, if you don't crisp them up, they can be just a tiny bit, not too much chewy, but the taste isn't any different. As far as my opinion. I think they're awesome. So let's just toss this around. And keep in mind, these shrimp are totally raw. They're Argentina Red Shrimp, so they're pink because that's just the color when they're raw and not cooked. Okay, so now I'm going to just add just a sprinkle of this just to make sure my flavoring is on point. Just a tiny bit of a sprinkle. You don't have to do this. I'm adding a little bit more heat. Yes, I am, because I like it spicy. So these are my spicy shrimp tacos. These Great Value crushed red peppers been giving off the heat lately. I like it. So if you want to skip on that, go ahead, but add a tiny bit. You're gonna like it. Now I'm going to use this right here. This is the Los Altos queso, and this is it's like a ricotta cheese. If you haven't tried this, try it out. When you stuff your shells as far as any type of pasta, I suggest you try this ricotta cheese because this is a ricotta style cheese that's lightly salted and grainy, and this actually, ooh, sorry, the spice is getting to me. This actually is in the Mexican aisle, or you could find it at your little local Mexican stores. This ricotta cheese is my go-to for anything that I'm doing, is stuff in shells or whatever. If you haven't tried this ricotta style cheese out, try it out because it's more creamy and it just has more flavor, if you ask me. It's just so flavorful. And it's my go-to. So for the crumble cheese, just the little queso, this is my go-to for when I want something like that. So I'm going to just take a bit out. I'm going to crumble it on top of here. And just warm it up a bit. Wash my hands after that. Oh no! Make sure my tortillas aren't burning. Okay, tortillas! Okay, uh-oh. I might have to do them over. Let me see. I don't know if these are good anymore. Did I burn them? Yes, everybody makes mistakes. I'm on a live. I'm going to set these aside and decide if I want to eat them or not. Yeah, so let me see. I was just thinking about my shrimp. I'm starving right now. I haven't ate anything all day. So let's see. Forget the low carb tortillas. Well, these are pretty good still. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, they're kind of golden brown. Let me see. What do you think? What do you think? It just had a little brown spot, and I think they're good because it's just this little. I don't know. Okay, we'll see. Hot tamale. Hi. Hi. How's it going? Okay, so I'm going to just do a couple more tortillas. So this is hot enough. Let me do, these are much bigger as far as the 25 calorie ones, but let's do that. Okay, so I'm still going strong. For this, I'm going to just toss it a bit. I don't want to overcook my shrimp, so I'm basically done. But I do want to make sure I just want to make sure my cheese is nice and warm. That's what I want. I don't want to melt it because this cheese really doesn't give you cheese pull, or it doesn't melt. It just gives flavor. And that right there is what I'm looking for. All right, let me see here. There we go. All right. I'm moving it in the center because the heat is actually right here, the most of the heat, and this will keep it from overcooking when you put it in the center for my griddle. So I kind of know how my griddle works. So let's do this over. Let's salt it up a bit. All right. Okay, let me toss this around. All right, I'm gonna turn my heat off. And this little crispiness, that's exactly what I want. All right. I'm gonna take my shrimp off so it doesn't overcook. Time to take the shrimpies off. And this is how they're looking. Nice and smoky. Mm. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to turn this up just a bit and crisp these tortillas up. It'll only take a second. And this little place right here, that's where all the garbage goes or oil that you don't need. And there's something that catches all this on the bottom, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so let me crisp those up. These are so hot. They're going to be nice and warm for when we put our tacos together. I actually made this. This is fresh pico de gallo. Fresh pico de gallo. You could use whatever you want on your taco, but I'm going to be using some spinach. You could use iceberg lettuce, whatever you're going for. Okay, so now I'm going to toss these. I just want to crisp these up a bit. Ooh. There we go. And I want to just bite into one of these so bad because this right here is how it's looking. And the chicken bouillon powder does not change the shrimp flavor. It enhances it. It just comes together so good. All right, so these are good enough for me because I don't want them too crunchy. I just want them a bit cooked. And I actually still want to use these. Let me see. I might use the ones that I cooked before because I actually just want some low carb, or not low carb, but low calorie. Let me see. Woo! That hotness as far as for the hot pepper flakes is really getting to me. Okay, so I am not going to do any avocado. I didn't do any avocado when I made these before. Let me rinse my hands. All right, I didn't use any avocado before, so I'm not going to use it now, and they were so delicious. So, you know, whatever you want to add to your taco, go for it. So let's just make these tacos. Let me see here. I'm going to have to adjust my camera so you could see. Let me see here. Okay, here's my... I have a bit of salt on the plate. Was that good? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use these because I think they're perfectly fine, and that's what I want to eat. So now I'm going to start off with Let me see here. Let me see. I need a spoon. I am going to be adding just a bit of this when I toss them all together. So I start with my spinach, and I like these because they're nice and crunchy. I'm going to add it right here. Just take a few shrimp, and 2 is big enough for this street taco. I'm going to add my pico de gallo. I just made this. It's fresh. This right here, nothing better than some fresh pico. Just add this on top and set this one right here. Start on the next one. This one, see, this one was kind of overcooked, but I don't mind. I don't mind. Do you? I just want these because they're 25 calories, and that's just kind of golden. If you see it off camera, it's kind of golden brown, and it's all good for me because I just like me some crunchiness. So I'm going to add my shrimp. I like these little street taco size. Some pico. Boom. If you haven't tried these Argentine shrimp, this brand or company, they're at Winco. They're amazing. They're really delicious. And for $19.99, you could get a lot of, I was watching the camera. Okay, I'm watching the camera as I go. No, but for $19.99 for the whole bag, you could get a lot of meals out of it. It's a lot. And they're pretty big. So should I? Okay, no, I'm not going to do that. I was going to plate one a different way, but I'll keep it going the same way. All right, there we go. All right, because I did actually put for last night, I put the spinach and salsa on bottom and put the shrimps on top. But I did a few this way, and I'm going to keep it that way because I actually like it like this better. And it does make a difference as far as my opinion. But I was going to kind of show you how I did it the other way, but this is kind of my favorite way. I was just trying something new and trying different ways to plate your taco and see how it tastes, if it tastes any different, if you put the shrimp on bottom, the shrimp on top. I was actually experimenting last night, to be honest, and just seeing how it all came together. It was pretty fun, and it came out delicious. So that's why I'm sharing it today. So if I use these tortillas, I could fit more shrimp, but I like this for me. Put some pico. I love pico. So I put a lot. So let me see here. I'm going to try to make these look nice and presentable. Ooh, what? Okay. Oops. Okay, there we go. All right. You could use iceberg lettuce once again. You could use slaw, whatever your taste preference is, you know. That's what cooking's about. It's all about, you know, adjusting things to your liking and your taste buds, I guess you could say. All right, so now I'm going to have to eat this. Oh my God. If you don't try these shrimp and how this came out, do it exactly like this. Oh my. Hallelujah. Now for the sprinkle of the cheese, just for on top. Those shrimp are so good. Oh my God. just like last night. That's why I had to share it. I do use Old Bay and stuff like that, but when I did it this way, I was like really amazed, like, oh my goodness, because I ran out of Old Bay actually. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to just toss some of this on there. And I'm so happy I did because it tastes amazing. So now I'm going to sprinkle just some of that cheese on here. Just enough for the top. All right, so this is my day off and this is going to be my dinner. It is so amazingly delicious. I just I don't know what else to say. This is so good. I'm going to make my shrimp tacos like this all the time now with this specific ingredients, with the so simple, so easy, but amazing. These are my shrimp tacos. I randomly tried this out, just this combination of simple ingredients. It came out amazing. So now, so far, this is now my new favorite way to cook my shrimp tacos. So check this type of shrimp out if you could find it in your local grocery store. Toss this together. I promise you're going to love it. It's going to taste great. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit like. And hopefully I'll see you in my next live, or even if in my next upload, I guess you could say. Yeah, and keep in mind, I'm really new to doing lives, and I actually am starting to enjoy them. So I'll be doing more. So look forward to that. And until next time.